I now request Mrs. Purna Suraj to read some sacred excerpts from the book.
Good evening. It gives me immense pleasure to read out some excerpts from the book. Revealing the Vedas. The main point to be noted is Vedas were not by any means written in the conversational Sanskrit for humanity to understand. The poetic way and the depth in construction of sentences and thoughts would definitely lead one to conclude that it must belong entirely to a different civilization, though written down in its present form in palm leaves some thousands of years before Christ by sages for preservation. A glimpse at the Puranas. Puranas are essence of Hinduism. Stories are narrated by seers to simplify their profound thoughts. Most of them contain facts and philosophies presented in a lucid manner for all to understand. Through Puranas, it is easy to embed in one's mind the complexity of our life. It is known that most of the presently available Vedas are in most tough Sanskrit poetic prose for a common man to understand. Shankara's Maya. When we view ourselves in space and time, our consciousness are obviously the separate individuals of a particle picture, but when we pass beyond space and time, they may perhaps form ingredients of a single continuous stream of life. In Nirvana Shatakam, Adi Shankaracharya says in verse 5, Na jati bhedah, meaning I have no distinction for any caste. Therefore, all these are substantial proof that there was no caste system in the form of high caste or low class prevalent in the Vedic Hinduism. Everyone is divine and intelligent. The society asked people to do work according to their own interests or specialization and were named after their occupation. Actually, the word Arya means one who is civilized. It is just an adjective to describe the quality of a person. Learned persons were referred to as Arya, like Arya Chanakya, Dvija Arya, Shankaracharya, etc. Colloquially, also in earlier times, the head of the family is called Arya and his son Aryaputra. In Palghat, an Atirudram Yajnam was performed at Mandur village, and lo, from the flames arose the dancing Nataraja, which was photographed by an Englishman. This photo has been published in the book. It has to be stated that some of the Patashalas at Palghat carry out the Yajna procedures with near perfection as prescribed in the Vedic texts. These gods and devas are different forces of nature with different powers, strengths and capacity, just like different big and small mathematical numbers that they oblige the mortals for their life on this earth. Just like different numbers, big and small, serve human beings in different situations. Hinduism also comprises of different gods and devas, serving people in different situations for different requirements. I would like to conclude by reading out some excerpts from the foreword written by Justice S. Mohan and Sri S. Ramaratnam. Research in Secret Sacred Hinduism on this subject, Mr. T. S. Vishwanathan, by his laborious research and deep analytical study, has unraveled the secret sacred of Hinduism. Indeed, it is a remarkable endeavor. Dr. S. Ramaratnam, Vice Chancellor, Jagat Guru Kripalu University, Odisha, said, I wholeheartedly appreciate the efforts of Sri Vishwanathan and wish that many more books should come out of his rich repertoire. I would like to conclude with Sri T. S. Vishwanathan's words. It is my deep felt desire to bring forth the richness of the wonderful aspects of Hinduism presented in a simplistic style for all to know, which seeks to provide the answers of humanity during their journey of this bodily life and after, across all disciplines at large, from science to philosophy. Thank you.
Thank you, Purna, for the excerpts. We would now like to honor Mr. T.S. Vishwanathan for his commendable efforts, for which I would like to call upon Amma, Prakash Chittappa, Suraj and Purna.